before I start, because you've done a lot of this. No.
Okay, good.
What I have a problem with is whenever I start the show, I always sound surprised. Like I always do this thing where I go, "Hello,"
like what the fuck are we doing here?
Like oh what? Yeah, like it's a
think
surprise.
down. Think downwards.
Hello.
That's it.
Doesn't that sound like it's going to be a documentary, like an art show?
Well, you might want that.
You said that with such a hopeful face.
Yeah,
you were
you might.
I thought I was going to get to talk about my career and interesting things.
I was hoping for a bit more class than you've shown so far.
This is a good bit. It gets worse. Right, we're ready. If I'm surprised, I'm blaming you. I'm going to go, hello. Right. Okay. Right, you're not on.
All right.
Okay. I'm starting it now. Hello. Don't laugh. Was that too up? Was that was too
terrible.
What was it? What is it? I mean,
hello.
Okay. Stop laughing behind the camera. It's not helping. Okay. And hello.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better. Right, I'm starting now. Okay, I'm doing it again. Oh no, I've started. Right. Hello. Welcome to another episode of 20 Minutes Till Pickup. If you've never seen this show before, then well done. And if you have seen this show before, then I'm sorry. It's not getting any better. It's still the same. But we have a fabulous co-host this week. Fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actor, person, cook extraordinaire, Alfred Molina.
Hello.
There you go. Actor, person, cook.
Person, yes, as opposed to actor, animal.
Person, cook.
Oh, I see. Three credits.
Yeah. And I gave you that because you were saying that I was coming round for dinner.
That's right. Yes, you are coming round for dinner.
You're going to make me polenta.
I'm going to make you polenta with a mushroom sauce.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to make like a fish sauce.
A fish sauce.
So when you serve the polenta, you just. I serve it a bit on the soft side.
It's big polenta.
Big polenta. Well, that's you've got to make it. And then you put a big dollop of the polenta on a nice big bowl.
Yeah.
And then you can help yourself to either of the sauces or both.
Yeah.
But I would recommend you take one, try it, and then take the next.
Take the other because I have the gluten thing. So
there's no gluten in polenta.
No, what's polenta made
It's corn. It's cornmeal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's very good if you're gluten intolerant or just a pretentious fucker like I am. That you use polenta.
I totally am gluten intolerant though.
Yeah.
I have a bit of wheat and I feel drunk.
Yeah, well there you go.
You know, in my younger times, I would have loved it. They'd been like, too young for beer. I'm going to have a slice of bread.
If only it worked that way.
So you know what this is. If you've never been, you've never. Did you watch this?
Yes, I've seen.
And you
I've
still
seen
agreed to do it?
Yeah, well, we're old friends, and there's no way I could get out of it.
I know,
really,
it would be trouble. So what?
Because you know where I live. I know where you live. I know where you live.
I was like, you better come round and do this before you go off and do another movie, or there'll be trouble.
Yeah.
How many movies have you done?
Altogether, I'm not sure actually, and that's not me being precocious. I think it's round about precocious. Yeah, as people sort of go, oh, I don't know, I never count my credits. No, I think it's about maybe 60 or 70 now.
Shit, really?
I mean, there's a long list of credits on the IMDb page, if you care to look at it. But that's not. You should have done really. I mean, any self-respecting host would have done.
I know. I could have been asked you.
Yeah, but that's a lot of TV stuff and all kinds of other things.
What was your first movie? Can you remember?
The very first movie I did was a little thing called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Was that your first movie?
That was my first movie.
That is no way that's your first movie.
It was my first movie. Why does nobody believe me?
But that's your first movie.
I should have brought Harrison Ford with me. He would have told me.
Was he nice? Is he nice?
Very nice, lovely man. He.
That's your first movie?
Yeah.
Fred, no way. I would have been nicer to you.
I know. I wish I'd told you sooner. I would have got more than just that fucking bowl of soup. Come round for dinner. I get a bowl of soup.
Well, it's gluten free.
If there are any other professionals out there, don't do this show. But I started on Raiders, and that's the joke is that it's been downhill ever since. So But it was good. Yeah,
but it must have been weird, the next one.
It was weird, and it was brilliant, because the next one after that was another big budget film, but it was sort of a much more, not quite as kind of iconic, or as you know. I mean, the thing about Raiders was that it absolutely, not that we knew this when we were making it, but it absolutely caught something. It caught an energy, a spirit at that moment. It was like, it was released, I think, 1980. I was really young. I was like, 26. It was just before my daughter was born, and it was terribly exciting. But the joke is, of course, that I'm only in like the first 10 or 12 minutes. And that whole sequence is really just an introduction to Harrison Ford's character, sort of setting him up as this kind of adventure hero. But because of that little 10-minute sequence, which has absolutely nothing to do with the main plot of the movie, they kind of totally cannibalized that sequence for all the trailers.
Oh, wow.
So when the trailers were showing, I was all over the fucking thing. I mean, it's like every frame, practically, was me and Harrison Ford. So, like, people were kind of phoning me up and kind of going, "Oh my God, so you've got this huge part of this movie." And I didn't have that, and I was kind of going, "Yeah." I didn't have the heart to tell them, after 10 minutes, I'm kind of, that's it, I'm gone. But it was, but because it was, it didn't give anything away, they used it. It was a very exciting time.
That is awesome. Is that your favourite movie?
No, not quite my favourite. I mean, I try not to, I don't have favourites. I mean, there are some films that are special for various reasons, not always to do with necessarily the quality of the work itself, but it's evocative of a time in my life. Or,
like when you've been round here for Soup.
That's right.
Whenever round here for Soup, and then I went off to do that movie.
Yeah, so every time I see that film, I think, "Oh, the Soup." yeah, exactly.
I've made you a quiche before.
You did make me a quiche. That's right. That's right.
That is so not true. That is so. I am going to tell you a story about Alfred Molina, and this is the score, right? I made this quiche, right, and I'm quite a good quiche maker. I am telling it, man. I made this quiche, right, and he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I think that's fair to say. You were like, "Oh, what's that?" It's like a little egg flan thing, and then he had a bit, and he was like, it was like awakening the demon.
It was,
wasn't it?
It was. And I think, can I tell them what I said?
What?
I think that wasn't that the occasion when I said, "This is so good, if I wasn't eating it, I'd be fucking it." I think that's what I said.
I may never make quiche again. But didn't you, he had a bit of quiche, then he had another bit of quiche, and then there was a little bit left, and you said, let's take that home for Jill, take that home for the wife, and then you ate it at the traffic lights.
I ate it on the way home, yeah.
Yeah.
But what can I tell you? It was good quiche.
Yeah, I make a good quiche.
I just like the way you described it. You just thought you'd have just like a little nibble of it at one traffic light, and then by the time you were like 2 traffic lights in, you were like, "I can't take this back."
I can't. Yeah, it was like it was
destroy the evidence.
It was half a crust and a little bit of zucchini on it, stuck on it, hanging forlornly off the end of the crust. I couldn't have shown that to anybody.
It's just because of the way that it started. Because it started with
I had to eat that last. I had to eat that last bit. It simply, if only to save our friendship.
Yeah, because Jill would have been like, "She sent me that."
She sent me that.
Hey, have you seen our parrot?
Bitch. Yeah, I have seen the parrot.
You've seen the parrot? You know what it does?
It does parrot stuff, no?
Fred, you'll like this parrot. Oh, the batteries have gone.
Oh, nice.
That's show business.
Production values here,
I know,
top
right?
notch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they've gone.
Well, fucking hell. Oh, Jesus.
Molly wants a fucking cracker. Give Molly a fucking cracker now.
I love it.
I knew you would like that.
I love it.
No, we don't put it on for everybody because it's not to everybody's taste.
No, it's not to everyone's cup of tea. It's not everyone's.
Hey, baby, show us your tits.
Who recorded the voice?
No, we bought that.
Oh, it comes like that?
Yeah, we bought it in Las Vegas.
Bonanza gift store. The big
Bonanza gift store in Las Vegas. It's
What? Polly wants the blowjob.
This is one of the worst ones.
I don't really like that one.
What does it say?
Polly wants a
Get kettle
blowjob.
alert. Get kettle alert. Get kettle alert. What?
Is that it?
Who's a pretty Polly? Who's a pretty Polly? Not you, Lorda. Hey, you. Go fuck yourself. Nobody loves you.
Oh, no.
Stop. But what I think is amazing is because it looks so adorable.
It looks very adorable, and to think that somebody worked really hard to get that organised.
But there's probably where's it made?
Do you think an Equity member did the voice?
I don't know.
I hope so.
You think?
It'd be nice to think that, a fellow thespian got the
What I
job.
wonder if it was made in China though. Do you know what I mean? And there's all these Chinese people just going, what the hell? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, just going.
Yeah, what the hell? But I like what I like about it most is how adorable it looks.
I know, it
'Cause
looks
it's
really cute.
Well, and then it's because it reminds me of quite a lot of Scottish people that I know. They look adorable and then they open their mouth and they're like,
They go around wearing outrageous feathery clothes.
Yeah, right. Look,
Okay.
I've got some questions for you.
All right, okay, go ahead.
I tweeted them in because Fred, jeez, we've done 10 minutes. We've not even done anything. Right, so I wanted proper questions,
Yeah.
proper acting questions,
All right,
like
okay.
serious ones. So, and I tweeted if you could ask Alfred Molina any questions.
Did you get any responses?
Oh, I did, yeah, I did. So this is from Anne Marie, and her Twitter handle is, Cowgirl Up 1845.
What is that? 1845 flights.
I don't know, Cowgirl Up 1845. It could be. Maybe she was born in 1845.
Oh, could be.
Were you born in 1845, Cowgirl
Quite
Up?
old.
I bet she looks good.
I know. What she asks is, how tall are you?
I'm officially 6'3", but I think as I'm getting older, I may have lost half an inch.
No.
So I could be 6'2.5".
I don't. How tall are you with your hat on?
With my hat on, I'm 6'4.5" with the hat on. Oh, I've measured. Don't you worry.
Excuse me, I had a virus. Did you know I was ill?
Yeah, you kept mentioning it.
Yeah.
You've talked about very little else actually, since I've arrived.
Did you know that I don't take gluten anymore?
Yes, I knew that
You
too.
knew that
Yeah,
too,
maybe that's
right.
why you got the virus.
I wonder.
Google that,
I do
someone.
wonder.
Google it, someone.
Yeah.
Does gluten-free diets encourage
No,
virus?
it was not the gluten-free that gave me
No.
the virus. It was the gluten.
Oh, the
that
gluten gave
me
you the virus.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
Okay.
Right, so next question is... Oh, no, I've kind of asked you this, but I don't know that you answered it, so I'm asking you again. This is from Diane Wade, and she's DWade575. What is it with the numbers?
Oh, it's because there's 574 people before you with the same name.
Do you think?
I think so.
Or maybe she was born in 570.
Well, I tried to get Fred Molina as
Yeah.
my email
Yeah, yeah.
handle one time, and I was told that I could only get Fred Molina sort of like 844 or something.
No way.
Yeah. A lot of Fred Molinas around apparently.
No, there's not.
Well,
Are there really?
yeah.
Okay.
At least 843.
Now, is there a Molina tartan?
There should be.
There should
I doubt
be.
it, but
I
I'm
tell
sure-
you this because he just did a prank on me where he said I'd been looking for the Molina tartan, and I went, "Oh really?" And he was like, "No."
But I bet you I could walk into a tartan, a kilt store maybe in Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and say, I'd like to find out if there's a Molina tartan. And I
Yeah.
bet you, if there's enough money on the table, they'll find one.
Yeah. Well, also you're 6'3". They'd be like, "Sure." There is.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you've got your hat on, man. They'd be like, "Whoa, okay." All right. So Diane Wade, DWade575, she says, "You've been in so many cool movies.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah. What was your favourite role?"
Well, it's hard to answer. It's very hard to answer.
Yeah.
But I would say the favourite ones are always the ones that are the least like me.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because then you can sort of disappear a little bit. You can,
Yeah.
which is why I love playing bad guys.
Because you are so not a bad guy.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I hope so. But I like playing villains. And someone said to me once, "Do you ever get tired of playing the villain?" And I said, "No. Playing the villain put two kids through very expensive college educations.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it at all. Because playing there's a very long and honourable tradition in movies, particularly in American movies, of British actors playing the bad guy. It goes all the way back to the silent era, and I'm rather proud of it. But they're the ones that are. I mean, if I had although he wasn't really strictly a villain, but if there was one movie that really kind of is in here just for purely sentimental reasons, it's probably when I got to play Diego Rivera in Frida, because that was a wonderful role in what I consider a wonderful film. But it was also to do with the fact that all the people involved were the movie took years to get off the ground, and everyone involved on the creative side, on the producing side, were so loyal to the core elements. Salma Hayek, who played Frida Kahlo and also was one of the producers of the movie, she knew the cast that she wanted right from the beginning, and she stayed loyal to all of us through all the various trials and tribulations that the movie went through, including being told by the studio that she needed, they needed bigger names to sell this movie. No one's going to go and watch a movie about two Mexican artists who hardly anyone's ever heard of unless you've got, big, fat A-list movie stars. And she said, no, I want my C-listers.
But you are a big A-list.
Not really. No. I mean, A-list is really people who can open a movie purely on the strength of their name.
Like a Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, people like that. I mean, those are the A-listers. But the point is that she was incredibly loyal to all of us. Me, Jeffrey Rush, Ashley Judd. She said, these are the people I want.
Yeah.
These are the people I want. And as a consequence, the movie's kind of very special to me.
Yeah. I bet you there was a studio guy going, lose the eyebrows with Frida Kahlo.
Oh yeah.
Lose the eyebrows, get them trimmed.
Yeah, there were lots of. I mean, oh god. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, she had to deal with a lot of stuff like that because, films now are made essentially by committees. You've got you have the director's vision or the writer's vision, and that's or let's say the creative vision. Then you have to kind of run it by the people who are giving you the money.
Yeah.
And so there's this constant struggle between the art and the commerce of the deal.
Yeah.
And the business side, they want to be sure that they can make their money back, and they have certain protocols and certain elements that they need in place, and that includes having big name stars and so on. And so in the end, you're working. It's a very frustrating process. I mean, when you think about it, it's a wonder movies get made at all. When you think about it, in terms of, I read this wonderful book by, if any of you guys out there, if you're interested in the whole notion of filmmaking, there's a wonderful book by John Borman, the late John Borman, who was a wonderful director. He directed a movie called The Emerald Forest, or Emerald City, I can't remember, Emerald something. And he wrote a book called Money into Light, and it was his account of making that movie.
Wow.
And in it, he talks about the notion that making a film is like having 50 people in 50 different locations all standing on a chair, and you have to get them all to jump off that chair at exactly the same time, and the only way of contacting them is one phone line. And I read that, I kind of went, well, that's almost impossible, and that's it. I mean, it's a wonder movies get made, and it's really down to the tenacity and passion and commitment of the people involved.
Yeah. And also, it's weird watching something go from being like this great idea to then being, I'm like, because I've been in a couple of real honkers, a couple where, in fact, when we met, just after we met, I had told him I was a dentist. Do you know that?
Just the naked cameraman.
The naked cameraman. So when I met him, I told him I was a dentist, and he was like, okay. And I figured, because I figure if, no offence to anybody in the dental profession, but like there's a lot of things, because we met in a bar, and you know, like if you say that you do anything sort of like entertainery, then people are like, oh.
Yeah.
But if you say I'm a dentist, then you know if someone's actually interested in talking to you, right? And so I said I was a dentist, but then within the first month we went to 2 premieres at Leicester Square, and one of them was a real honker. No, not just quite bad, but it was one of those ones where you're like, do you know what I mean? Like even your insides are blushing. Have you ever been in that?
I've been in a couple of those.
No, you have.
I have. Yeah, I've been in a couple of those, and it happens. I mean, because there's, I mean, in the same way that you don't know when you're making the film, you don't know it's going to be a hit or not. You know, you just hope for the best. You do the work that's required, and you just hope for the best. You read the script, you liked it, you liked the people involved, and so you went, yeah, okay, I'm in. And but there's no
Although
no
you have a
guarantee.
good sense of things,
Well,
you do.
I'm not. Well, you know, that 20 minutes is
That's
up.
20 minutes.
Bye.
No,
Oh.
you're coming back. You're not getting to go. No, I've made bruschetta. You're staying. All right, there's going to be part 2. See you next week. Bye. Oh, so if you want to ask a question, I can't guarantee we'll answer it, but I'll try. You could tweet me a question at @LynFergate, or you can make a comment if you're watching this on the video. And oh, you know what would be awesome? Can you share this? Thanks. All right. Mwah. See you later.